Hello, hello. You listen to the very first episode of The Conversation with Timothy McKain, where I will interview entrepreneurs, business leaders, community leaders, and people who impact the community. And my very, very first guest is going to be Mario, DJ Rio, founder, operator of RichTalk. How
Yes,
you
sir.
doing?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. Glad to be here to just pick your brain on what it means to be an entrepreneur, life as an entrepreneur, and etc. Cannot wait. So my first question to you is, what led you to become an entrepreneur and start your clothing brand?
Well, honestly, just a entrepreneur all the way around. My family owned businesses. Like my
Mm,
mom had a hair salon, but she also worked corporate. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like my family line, they had a corporate job, but they also had their side hustle. And
mm,
as a kid coming up, like I seen the side hustle always outweigh, you know what I'm saying, the corporate. And it seems like it just hit a little different, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted a taste of that without corporate.
wow, I got you. And so, like, because of your family's background, did you actually start um, entrepreneurship early? You probably started a few businesses even as a kid. Did you start some businesses as a kid or some selling some stuff as a kid?
But really, as a kid, I think we all started selling candy bars in school. Mine got gone fast. The average kid raising the fundraiser for the fifth grade, whatever we needed. Like I had multiple of those boxes. Like they had to go. Like the family had to get them gone. But I didn't really see the potential that early. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I was just a AB on the road kid who loves sports, and that was really my main focus. Like my family ain't really give me that. Yeah, you're hard. My hard work was in school. As long as I was doing good in school, pretty much anything I needed, not much so wanted, I got it.
So what led to the transition from being in academics, from being in sports to becoming an entrepreneur? What was that transition like? What was that change of mindset to become an entrepreneur?
Um, it was honestly it was a risk. It was not major at all. It's just something I wanted to try, and it worked.
Mm,
And that's no cap. There's no easy way around it. Like, when you see something for the first time, you might ponder on it. You might see a lot of, celebrity friends, celebrity homies, or even just people around you in general do stuff and it works for them. Necessarily don't mean it's for you, but you never know until you just try it. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
it's the risk for me.
I got you. I got you. So what led to the concept of Rich Talk?
Honestly, prior to Rich Talk, I had plenty of other brands or affiliations that I was with that I've always been an advocate of wearing something that pertains to me and who I was around at the time. Like I never was big on like Sean John and Rockwear and all these other, what I'm saying, great big names. I was just an advocate of just wearing something that nobody had.
Mm,
Whether even if it considered me being lame, like I'm gonna have the J's on, my shoe game. That's a different story. But as far as the clothes and appearance, like I've always had my own taste of drip.
that's
But
what's
what led me to it was honestly, 2017, I was sitting in the room, I was making a beat, I produced to as well. I was making a beat and I was chopping it up with a homeboy who had a clothing line at the time, by the name of Maurice Lambert. He's still active currently today. And I was wearing most of his stuff. Like I was just helping him, like, push his joint and you know what I'm saying? And we just came up with a wave and it was serious, man. And I was making the beat and something was fire. And next thing you know, one word led to the next. And I was like, yeah, and that's Rich Talk. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm about to drop something. And then he was like, man, what'd you just say? You know what I'm saying? It was really that simple. He was like, man, yo, you need to get that. You need to get on that. If you don't, I'ma steal it.
I
And I
feel
mean, he
you.
was he was honest, like, and you got to have people around you like that. So definitely shout out to Maurice, man. His line is the humble and gifted line. Definitely shout out to him. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina, still around the area. But from that day forward, the next day I hit up Rocky Visual. He stays in Atlanta. He's a dope graphic artist, and I'm using names because that's what makes it factual. So I hit up Rocky Visual. I told him I needed a logo. I paid for the logo in advance. Most people got to see the results, and I paid for it in advance to let him know how serious I was. But it took me like the 49th logo to actually be like, yeah, that's it.
Wow. Okay, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. So what's the transition? Not necessarily the transition, but you're actually doing both. You're a producer of music and you're also somebody who started their own clothing brand. Like when it comes to time and balancing, how do you outweigh one or the other and how do you maneuver both?
Honestly, you don't outweigh the one. You don't outweigh between what I do. I can add on to that list. I do a whole lot. But so between just me being an entrepreneur, a DJ, a producer, a writer, a musician, a father, like all of this, like it's really you can't prep for time.
Mm,
And I was the big advocate of being raised on you have to be ready for now. Like I can't be ready for what's gonna happen tomorrow because tomorrow not here. I can just focus on what's currently happening, and that's my biggest focus. Every day I wake up, whatever that current state of mind is, that's what I'm on. If I wake up today and I got 3 weddings to DJ, it's all about DJing that day. If I wake
yes.
up tomorrow and I got like 90 shirt orders, it's all about that. If I wake up and I got both, whatever is closest to the time that needs to be done, that's where my focus is. So
Mm,
I might wake up early, 8 in the morning. I might press up 20, 25 shirts, hoodies, hats, whatever. And by that time frame, if my event is that evening, an hour or two before that event, I'm no longer worrying about shirts, even if I'm not done. Because I know once I get done doing what I need to do, I can come back to it and finish up or whatever. So as far as weighing time and balancing, I really just go for broke, man.
yes,
I go
sir.
for
Yes,
broke.
sir. So, what are both the challenges and the blessings of betting on yourself? As a community, as an African American community, sometimes we don't always bet on ourselves because there's a lot of pressure to bet on ourselves. But what um, for you are some of the just for the audience listening? What are some of the challenges and also the blessings of betting on yourself, starting your own business?
I'll say my biggest challenge is just because you just mentioned it, my biggest challenge was not betting on myself.
Mm,
I was so worried about what everybody else would think, what I'm saying, trying to please the eye instead of running with a real dream.
wow.
And that's like the biggest growth that I have had since this quarantine. Because I was always on go mode. Every day we got to be here, we got to do this, got to do that, got to do daddy duty, got to press this, got to do this, got to be at the club, got to do the after party, got to get back home, do it all over again. And I was so focused on doing a task at hand, I never really paid attention to what mattered to me or how I felt about it. As long as everything was moving, bills was getting paid, I was cool.
Mm,
So I say the biggest challenge was actually learning how to do it for me, from me, for
wow.
other people. And that's when everything really started making sense. And it took quarantine to do that. That's crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you mentioned both the benefits and the challenges. As you can see, you're doing it. The benefits is you're doing it for yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like that. I like that. So for you as a business, whether you're DJing, whether you're producing, whether you're continuing the brand, how has betting on yourself changed your life professionally and personally?
Uh it allowed me to protect what I don't want broken. And
Mm,
what I mean by that is it's allowing me to, well, I'll say this. Old folks say you live and you learn. There are people that we gravitate to, we pick up from, we learn from, and there's just some people that we outgrow. What it has done was it allowed me to separate the ones that needed to be with me, the ones that were really for me, and the ones I needed to let go.
hmm.
And I elaborate a little bit because at times, for example, you got a vision. You're the reporter, Tim the reporter. Everybody loves Tim the reporter. You know what I'm saying? Like in actuality, everybody might have that love for you. They might understand what you do. Some might not understand why you do it. And then you have others who will push you until you get to a certain limit.
Hmm.
Now you funny. Now, oh, that's Tim the reporter. I knew him. I grew up with him. Nah, but like you pushed me to this limit to be great. And now that I'm a little bit better than how I used to be, it's like, yeah, I'm just Rio. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's Rio, yeah. You know, he ride with Rich Talk, or he just a good DJ and all that. But before then, it's like, oh, now you need a shirt, hit Rio. You need something done, hit Rio. You need a show mix, hit Rio. You need a drummer, hit Rio.
Wow.
And it's like we had this perception of living to where we want to be. I always say there's three different realms in life. You have your superstars, you have your icons, and you have your legends.
Mm.
Me personally, I'm just speaking for myself. Legends don't live forever. To me, legends are people who have deceased, went on, but are still irrelevant and current in spirit. That's a legend.
Tupac, Biggie.
Those are legends. Those are people who have done it in a short amount of time, influenced the largest amount of people, no longer are here, but still are relevant. That's a legend to me. And then you got your icons like, you know, Beyonce's and all the other good, great people, you know, and then you got your superstars. Your everyday average rapper who making more than a 9 to 5. I hope I answered your question right, because you know, sometimes I guide, you know, because I like stuff like this, because you know I was raised by the old folks, you know what I'm saying, but I still got a young swagger with me, but
Exactly.
I got a lot of wisdom, and people really don't, they don't understand that you need it all. Like, you know what I'm saying, you got to have a balance between it all. Like you need
Yes,
it.
sir.
You need it.
And you, okay, so you got the experience, so you bet on yourself, but I want to go back. Like, because you talk about like you have the wisdom of the older generation. So what are some of the keys that the older generation taught you on how to carry yourself as a man and as a businessman?
Well, I'll say for me, old folks, I can't really call them old folks. I'm gonna just call them. I don't want to disrespect nobody, but me, I'll say time. They never played with time. Like back in the day, if I had an appointment or something was coming up, whether if it was church or a function or a neighborhood gathering or just anything dealing with time, that was on time. That was before time. And that's one thing that I'm super big on. I'm big on moving in time. Like, I believe that time is the most valuable thing on this life, on this planet, on this earth. It's not money. I feel like it's time. I feel like time is more valuable than money. A lot of people won't agree. A lot of people won't understand that, but it's something you will never, ever, ever, ever be able to get back. I can always get $1.
Got you. So it's more important about the time that you spend with your loved ones than how much money you make.
Exactly.
Why is that?
Because in all actuality, money really can't buy happiness. We see it every day. We see it every single day. Money cannot buy happiness. We have some of, and I call them powerhouses because they are powerful people, because money has a spirit of power. It has a spirit of authority. Like, but it's nothing like time. Like, you cannot buy happiness. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care which. We have more celebrities committing suicides than regular people.
Wow.
Because they got too much money but not enough time to enjoy it. You see what I'm saying? You can have all the money in the world. You can be on the money train, but that don't necessarily mean you're gonna have that time to enjoy any of that. And a lot of them will personally tell you. Well, we seen it during quarantine. A lot of these the superstar world going crazy right now.
Yeah.
They got too much time on their hands.
Wow.
And they don't know how to deal with time. And we see a lot of personal relationships and a lot of homes being broken up for the simple fact of, now that you have time to sit at home with your spouse, to sit at home with your kids, and you ain't on go the whole normal lifestyle of living, just getting up, going to work, coming home, that has changed, because this time frame of COVID has made it more personal.
Right.
It made it more involving, and only the strong survive, man. Like, a lot of people done got divorced, done left, they cussing, fighting every day. You done learn stuff out that you been living with this person for 32 years, and you just now figuring out certain things because you've been with them for the past 48 hours. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
So so when you reach that level of success, and I feel like you're getting there where you're gonna just blow up, like people are gonna know Rich Talk. Like, what do you think is gonna keep Mario in check to always know, hey, look, my background, my family, they taught me to believe a certain way, to act a certain way. How do you think you will carry yourself when you get to that level of where everyone will know Mario, DJ Rio, Rich Talk?
One thing I can say about myself is I'm the type of cat that'll never change.
Mm.
I done been in a room with millions of dollars, and I done been in a room with minus $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
And a lot of people, it's really hard to get through in the industry and through to people if you're not super flashy, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I created, and that's why I really ran with the brand and created the whole glitter wave. I'm like, look, every shirt we got sparkles on them, we got glitter, like it looks real good. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel good. It gives you this type of unction, but at the same time, you're still a regular advocate. It's just what's on your back. It's what's on your chest. It's what's on your head. It's what's on your feet. And it's like, dang, I feel good. Like, what people don't understand is Rich Talk, my vision, my statement that still stands is it's not about the money. It's about how you work, talk, and plan to make money. People do not, they overlook the whole mission just because of how the brand looks. Oh, I got to have that. I'm about to go in here and drop these dollars and, I'm going to turn up. We rich, baby. We lit. and like, and I love that because that's the feeling that you should have. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's always going to be about how you talk, how you communicate, how you plan, how you structure, and what you put into action to make you receive a check. Wow. So if you got a 9-to-5, this for you. If you're a hustler, it's for you. If you got a dream, it's for you. As long as you can wake up every day and say, look, I'm going to go get that car. All I got to do is put in a certain amount of hours at work, and it's going to happen. I want it in this color. I want it to come with this, and this. You know exactly what you need to do. For one, you got to set your alarm. You got to be on time for work. You got to make them hours. Once you get that money and that revenue, then you can go to the car lot or wherever you need to go, and you can play ball. But at the end of the day, while playing ball, the game never stops. So once you get it, you have to think of a whole nother strategy. All right, I need more hours. My car payment is more than what I thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said you can never prepare to be prepared, because it's always going to be more steps to the vision.
Wow. I like
always.
That. Always more steps to the vision. So for you, what are your next steps to your next vision when it comes to building the community? I know for you, I too also had parents who were entrepreneurs. And not only were they entrepreneurs in business, but they were also entrepreneurs when it comes to impacting their community. What are some things that, Mario, that you want to do to impact the African-American community or just communities in general?
Now, what I have done is normally the typical. It's the go-to for every criminal. It's the go-to for every hood legend, every pastor, everybody wants to get back to the homeless. But what people don't understand is of what I can't even say that. I'm gonna speak for me. But what I have realized is 9 times out of 10, we can use them more than they can use us. And this is what I mean by this. Because what we do is the first thing we want to do to look good or to get praised or to get applause for is go feed the homeless. Not knowing and not understanding that these people live a fight every single day. Everybody in this world has something that they're fighting for.
Yes.
Everybody. And one thing that I've learned and that I understand is that everybody that's in that predicament or in that phase or in that environment don't want to be helped. And some of them will tell you, I don't need your money. I don't need this shirt. I don't need these shoes. I don't need this hat. I'm good. As long as I got life, I'm good. God created people for certain reasons, but we have to tap in and we have to understand that our perception of people is not always what is or it's not always what it is or what it always will be. And I said the typical because if you think about it, the first thing somebody gonna try to do to get their brand up, their name up, or just praises is they'll start a foundation. Oh, we're gonna feed the homeless, we're gonna do turkey dinners, we're gonna do Christmas dinners. But they forget about every other day of the week that's not a holiday. What about just because it's Monday? Let me go down here and grill out for these people at the park. You know what I'm saying? Let me go set up my turntables and play some good music for free, not for money. I'm gonna do it just because I love doing it. And for two, these are people who may not be super fortunate, but maybe not even less fortunate to enjoy this. I feel like people like me, when I get to that realm, because I do it on a small scale, so I already know what it's going to be like. I'm really not money driven. I can have anybody favorite celebrity sitting right next to me in this room saying whatever I want him to say or whatever he thinks I want to hear, and I will still turn emotion down. I've done it before because people come with their own motos, and you have to realize whatever your dream is, whatever you do, whatever you fight for, when you start attaching people to that, like you're giving a piece of you away. So you may have those people that come and be like, oh man, that's dope, but I would have did it this way. And then you find yourself trying to include so-called people that you care about, or so-called people that you look up to, or people that are above you, and you start making changes to the original dream. All I know is, if I had it like I had it, I'll still do it like I had it. I'll go to the community. All we need is a court and a playground. Rent jumpy houses. It's not a whole lot of flexing. It's not a whole lot of money. Everybody knows a cookout doesn't take a whole lot of money. Like, I'm not going to go flex and do a whole seafood boil for the whole community. No. But I definitely do hundreds of hot dogs, hundreds of hamburgers. You shouldn't even charge, because if you're going to do it from your heart. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it counts. Don't do it for recognition. Don't do it for a fee. And you'll stay around a lot longer. A lot longer. I got this one principle, man, that I really go by and that I live by, because I'm biblical at the same time. I'm a Christian. I go to church. I turn up. I do all that good stuff. I believe in God. I don't believe in a lot of other things that, I'm saying, other people would think about, but that's not my reason to not communicate or to communicate with them. I just worry about myself. As far as me, I only take the biggest main tactic throughout the whole Bible that I've paid attention to. Every scripture, every chapter. The main thing I focus on is God was a giver. If he ain't do nothing else, he gave from beginning to end. Yeah. So I understand that whatever I do, whether if it's giving my service, my talents, my merch, whatever I do, if I give it with good well-being, I am going to be perfectly fine, no matter where it comes from. I automatically have to be blessed because I'm giving, and I'm not giving to receive back.
Wow. I think that's important for people to really listen to, when it comes to faith. You definitely need to give, and give in a way where you're not necessarily getting in return. That's really a lot what Jesus was talking about, what Jesus was giving to the people. And
that's growth.
That's growth. That is total growth, man.
And really that's and once you piggyback, because I always say this, but a lot of people overlook it for what it is, but that's my brand, Rich Talk. It's not about it's not about the money. It's about how you talk, work, and plan to make money. All three of those are faith moves.
Wow.
If you really boil it down. So when you see Rich Talk, you're really looking at somebody wearing faith.
That's amazing.
That's really what it is, because it gives you that urgency to want to do better, to look better, to feel better, and to speak better. I've seen so many people change just by putting on a regular t-shirt that every company uses. The only thing that's different on it is the brand and the colors.
Exactly.
Oh man, I'm fresh today. I'm tripping, boy. I got that Rich Talk on. You know what time it is, baby. I'm ready to go turn up tonight. We're gonna get work. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And so when it come on, keep the same lingo. Keep the same lingo. I never really worry about competing. A lot of people, man, you see such stuff. You see that, bro. I'm not worried about that. That's the least of my worries. That's the least of my worries. I'm not worried about who doing what. I'm not worried about somebody taking the same exact name. I have a logo brand. It's a logo brand. It's not just the words. It's bigger than that. It's a vision. It's to create and to impact. It's to make people feel good. It's to make people look good. It's to make people want to be better. And I've gotten a lot of comments. People like, yo, man, when I got this on, man, look, I need some more. What's next? What you got? What colors you got? Where this at? How can I get this? How can I do that? I'm like, well, you know the process, but at the end of the day, it's bigger than what it seems, man. It's bigger than money. I ain't trying to get rich off of it, but I would love the whole world in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would love the whole world in it. I would love the whole world in it. But my concept is not to get rich and blow up and forget about people. That's not what it's about.
Yes, sir. It's about giving. It's about the people.
It's about giving.
It's about God. It's about everything in between. It's deeper than just something. It's deeper than a dollar bill, because a dollar bill is nothing if I can't trade it in for something.
And there's a lot of stuff in this world you can't pay for. You can't pay for it. It's a lot of stuff in this world you cannot pay for. You just can't.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
You just can't.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, Mario, where can they find you on social media? And do you have a YouTube or anything like that? Because I feel like you should have a YouTube. You probably could do some motivational stuff, some inspirational stuff. You would do incredible with that.
Well, I am currently getting back on like my YouTube stuff. Like I got a whole bunch of old stuff just along the way, different stuff. But I really need to tap in and, you know what I'm saying, and really utilize it like I need to. I haven't, but it'll get there soon. But everything is DJ Rio 336. The clothing brand page is RichTalk Clothes. I mentioned I have a cousin out in Cali that's helping me push the brand as well. You know, I definitely got to give kudos to him. You know, Rob Harris. I definitely got to give kudos to him because he's definitely doing his thing. He's turning up. You know what I'm saying? He comes through. He comes through and he does it. He comes through and he does it. So his is supposed to be winning. That's his IG. My personal IG is DJ Rio 336. The clothes is RichTalk Clothes on IG. Every media is DJ Rio 336.
Yes, sir.
So I try not to change. I try not to guide. I try not to, you know what I'm saying, maneuver off. I just try to stick to the script, man, and keep it simple.
That's it. DJ Rio, sticking to the script. Keys to success, man. Y'all need to follow this man right here on social media, all that, because he is the real deal. Thank you very much, Mario, for your time. And I cannot wait to see you. Hopefully you'll be at a Trifecta Fight Club event.
Yeah. You know, we got another one coming up next month, so that's gonna be crazy.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna try to show up for that and always show love to Daniel Edward. He's the real deal, and you are too, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Man, just thank you for the opportunity, man.